Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Affirmation Addict podcast. Today, I'm actually going to be answering your questions on the podcast because I love the last episode I did where I answered your questions on the podcast and you guys loved it too. So today I'm going to be doing that once more, going through some of your questions you guys asked me and answering them all unfiltered and completely raw. So tune in and see if your question gets answered. You're listening to the Affirmation Addict podcast with Payal Agarwal. This podcast will teach you about the power of affirmations while making manifestation easy and accessible for you in order to enhance your spiritual consciousness. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so excited to dive into today's episode. Actually, wait, before we get started, I wanted to check with you. Have you heard about my new app? It's called Affirm It, and it's your one-stop shop for all things affirmations, manifestation, and self-healing. I really have been wanting to create something for you that truly empowers you to realize that you genuinely have everything you need within you. You don't need me. You don't need any other coaches. This app genuinely has everything you need to get that life that you've been trying to manifest. And it has gentle daily reminders, guided audio affirmations, sleep affirmations, affirmation reminders, and so much more good information, good energy, and so many things that I know will help you manifest your dreams. Because I'm so grateful for you, I'm actually offering you a free 7-day trial. And this is a genuine 7-day trial. That means you don't have to type in your credit card. You won't be automatically charged. There's no ads, and you get complete access to the app as if you've already subscribed to it. So if you do want to learn more about the app, head over to affirmation-addict.com/app, or if you're ready to dive in, head over to the iTunes App Store and search for Affirm It. The Android version will be coming soon, and as soon as it's ready, I'll be sure to let you know. Now we can officially dive into today's episode. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Affirmation Addict podcast. Today I'm going to actually be going through your questions you guys asked me, but I'm actually going to filter it and make it a wedding edition podcast. As you guys know, we've just got back from our wedding, and so I wanted to filter this out and do it more focused on relationships, soulmates, and our wedding, because a lot of you guys, when I asked these questions, had a lot of questions about it. So I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to answer as many as I can, and I hope I get to answer some of your guys' questions. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask, I'm looking on my phone right now, by the way, is what are your makeup rituals you're going to do before your wedding? That's a really funny question that I'm glad you guys asked, because one of the things I really want to do is I want to get ready kind of on my own. I tend to get overwhelmed easily, and so I want to get ready on my own with just me and my mom and just soak in that moment of just us two. I don't want too many friends in there. I don't want everybody there. And I also have one of my spiritual friends coming who is a really great tarot reader. He knows Akashic Records and Akashic Healing. So he's going to do kind of a heart-opening meditation for me. And then my mom is also such a healer. So I'm going to have him and my mom do like a heart-opening meditation before my makeup and before I get ready. And then I'm going to see Tom for my first look and then do family photos and stuff. So I really want it to be family-oriented rather than too focused on my friends. Although I love my friends, I just think my family just no one can take their place. And so I want my family to be there first. Okay, next question is, what's an Indian wedding like? So that's a really big one, but I'm going to give you a breakdown of what our Indian wedding is going to look like. So the first night is going to be my henna ceremony or mehndi. So that's going to be me getting completely adorned in henna, everyone just dancing and hanging out. Then the second day, we're going to do some kite flying, and then we are going to it's a ceremony for my mom. So she welcomes all her brothers, and we're going to do a flower kind of holy. I don't know how to say that in English, but you throw flowers, and it's just a really beautiful thing I've always wanted. So we're going to be throwing flowers, and it's going to be fun. Also, so sorry if you hear a car alarm going on in the background. I hope it stopped now. But that's going to be Flower Holy. And then we have a Sangeet night. So that's going to be a lot of dancing, lots of performances, just a really fun night. And then the next morning is a turmeric ceremony. So me and Tom are going to get turmeric all over us. It's like a full body face mask that our whole family puts on us. And then it's the wedding itself, and then the reception. Not even a reception. It's just, it turns into just mingling and hanging out. So that's the breakdown of our full on wedding. And then there's some rituals we do before and after, which I'm sure you guys will see on Instagram or already have, because this will be posted after. Okay. How will your wedding be like? So for me, I did make an episode on the whole planning process. And for me, the whole goal of my wedding was for it to be super conscious, super intimate, super intentional, very mindful. I don't like the idea of spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on weddings, especially Indian weddings are a really big deal, doing it for other people and showing it to other people. So I wanted this wedding to be a really true embodiment of me, Tom, our upbringing, and who we are as a couple, and just really honoring that, because I don't think it's right to just do a wedding for other people. I wanted this to be super intentional, super conscious, and fusing both of our cultures. So we're going to take Indian wedding rituals, Irish wedding rituals, Mexican wedding rituals, and just fuse it all into one. When did you send your invitations? So I did not do paper invitations because I felt like it was a waste of paper. So I just did all virtual. So everything was paperless. And I know that's a big part of weddings, but to me, it's such a waste of paper. Nobody keeps your invitations. And I think it was so nice. And to be able to have it on a website, it helped from logistics perspective and saving paper. I think that was a really smart decision we did, but we sent out our invitations probably 8 months in advance. Were you nervous before your wedding? So currently I am about to leave for India, and I'm nervous, but in the most beautiful way, because I am taking my soulmate to meet my whole family. And I'm so excited because I feel like ever since I was little, I dreamt about the day I would get married in India and bring my guy to India. And so I'm so happy that it's finally happening. It feels absolutely surreal, and I have butterflies, but in like the best way, because I'm so excited. What is your take on horoscope matching? So to me, I think horoscopes are real, but I personally do not resonate with them. So we did not get our horoscopes matched because my feeling was so strong in my heart that I didn't feel the need to, and my parents respected that. So we didn't do horoscope matching. And not because I don't believe in it, but just because I felt like we didn't really need to do it, because I kind of know he's my soulmate and I had no doubts about it. I do think horoscope matching is powerful. So if that's something that aligns with you, go for it. But it just didn't align with us, so we didn't really do it. Okay, next question is, are you going to vlog every moment? Answer, I am definitely going to try vlogging everything, but I'm also going to try being as present as possible. So hopefully my videographers and everything can help me capture that. But I'm going to try and do my best to have friends and everyone take a lot of pictures and stuff. So it should be great. How long will you be in India? We will be in India for 3.5 weeks, and then we're going to go to Thailand for a month. So, or a week, sorry. So we'll go to India for 3 weeks, Thailand for a week. So in total, our trip is an entire month. And so I think we decided not to do like a just me and him honeymoon. We're going to Thailand with some friends and my brother and everything. So we're deciding to do a honeymoon after like a year or a year and a half, because I think it's nice to go back and reconnect and recheck in, because there's already going to be so much like love bursting in the air. I would love to do like a honeymoon mindfully, consciously once again in a little bit longer. Are you having an intimate wedding or a grand wedding? I would say it's very intimate. I'm assuming you're talking about if there's a lot of people coming. So this is going to be a small wedding, under 150 people, more like 100, honestly. And it was perfect because I think I get very overwhelmed energetically if there's too many people judging and looking and watching. So for me, having an intimate wedding with every single person who's there who actually wants to be there was huge. And the way it's turning out has been awesome. And everyone has also been very respectful of it being an intimate wedding. And that's the biggest thing I'm excited about is my family thought that people would be upset if we're not inviting them because Indian weddings are normally so big, but everyone was so respectful that we're having a really small wedding and just a celebration lunch to celebrate with everybody who wasn't invited to the whole wedding. And I think it's a really fun way to monitor and make sure the energy is what you want. So that's the biggest thing. What was the hardest part about planning your wedding? For me, the hardest part was trusting that things are getting done in India because India has a very different timeline than the States. Like India, things are done more last minute, and the States, things are done a year in advance. So balancing that and trusting our wedding planners, trusting all the vendors was definitely my biggest challenge. But I also think personally such a good test to practice trust and surrendering. So I think that was definitely meant to be. And I think that's why I had it like that, because I think I needed to learn more how to surrender. When did you know you were ready for marriage? To be honest, the second I met Tom, I don't know what it was, but I just felt so safe around him and we kicked it off so well. And once we really met our parents and our parents got along, that's when I was like, for sure, oh my gosh, this is going to work out. And so it works out really well because our parents are really close, our friends are really close, and just having that no like stickiness, no tackiness, and no stress in our even extended relationships was what really made me feel confident. Like, hey, this can really work as a marriage. But in terms of just me and him getting married, I had no doubts, like from like 2 days after we hung out, and we started dating ever since. So it's always been something that I knew was going to happen. It was just a matter of when. And that is actually the last question I'm going to answer, because the rest of the questions are more about careers, journaling, things like that. And one thing I do recommend, if I didn't get to answer your question in this Q&A episode, I highly recommend going through my old podcast, because a lot of your questions I've already answered in some of my podcast episodes. So until I do another Q&A, I really recommend going through, looking at my old episodes, because your questions might be in there as well. So thank you so much for all of your questions. And I hope this was a really interesting, quick little episode. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye. So, how did you like today's episode? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed recording it. And before you leave, I wanted to just say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me. If this episode or any of my content has ever inspired you, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could leave a review in the iTunes podcast app and just share this with someone you care about. The more you guys leave reviews and share this with people, the more I am able to create more content for you, and that's what fuels me and keeps me going. I am so genuinely grateful for the time we shared today, and until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy. Bye!